Arsenal sent take them both £200 million transfer message above Josh Kroenke's exciting plan. Arsenal have been sent a clear transfer message as Mikel Arteta and co. are ceiling-raising additions to their squad. Theo Walcott has urged Arsenal to sign both Morgan Rogers and Julian Alvarez in the summer transfer window. The attacking pair are just a marquee names that have been strongly linked to the Gunners as they look to build on winning the Premier League title. Rogers has been sensational for Aston Villa this season, while Alvarez has enjoyed another 20-goal campaign at Atletico Madrid. The two players, who are likely to cost roughly £100 million each, look set to leave their respective clubs, with Barcelona heavily pursuing Alvarez, though former Arsenal winger Walcott wants to see both at Emirates Stadium. For me, it's tricky. Morgan Rogers would be exceptional. Villa have, of course, got Champions League and he's English, so it would be a lot of money. But I think Arsenal would be able to attract any kind of player. Alvarez, I am a big fan, but I am also a big fan of Gyökeres. It's one of those, but they are going to add and build and get stronger, and I feel like they can dominate for many years. Creating an Arsenal dynasty appears to be the aim for higher-ups at the club, with co-chair Josh Kroenke revealing the club's transfer plan ahead of the new season. Speaking to NBC, he said, "The business never stops. Right now, there are already other teams who are trying to strengthen and come at us for next season. We need to be aware of that. We've already had a few different conversations about different areas where we think we can improve on and off the pitch. I'm looking forward to getting that going this summer, but it's going to be an interesting one because of the World Cup, but fortunately everyone is coming to the United States, so I don't have to travel." The majority of transfer business is expected to take place after the tournament, but it has been reported that Villa would be willing to sell Rogers before Thursday, June 11th at the right price. Paris Saint-Germain superstar Vichuk Kvaratskhelia, Manchester United outcast Marcus Rashford, and Bournemouth's teenage sensation Eli Junior Krupi are just a few other forwards to have emerged of interest. Arsenal have been urged to do all in their power to sign Morgan Rogers this summer and elevate their attack to the next level, with the player urged to reject any rival interest from Manchester United, and with team talk revealing why the Gunners want the Aston Villa star over four other targets. The England star has enjoyed another stellar season at Villa Park, contributing 17 GE, 10 scored, 7 assists from 37 appearances across all competitions. And after helping Aston Villa win the Europa League, with Rogers scoring in the final as Freiburg were beaten 3-0, he has etched his name in the history books by securing the club's first major European trophy since the 1982 European Cup. However, despite the promise of playing Champions League football next season with Aston Villa, Rogers has been the subject of plenty of transfer speculation ahead of the summer window, amid strong claims that both United and Arsenal are ready to launch serious bids for his services. And while the 23-year-old will likely carry a £100 million plus fee should he leave, the player has been told by Henry Winter he would struggle for game time at Old Trafford should he join Manchester United. Speaking to Sky Sports Transfer Talk podcast, Winter said, "If you've got Matheus Cunha on the left, got Brian Mbeumo on the right, Benjamin Sesko seems to be developing post-injury, and you got Bruno Fernandes behind them, and then a combination of Kobbie Mainoo behind. I mean, he's a huge talent, but where does he play for Manchester United?" In reply, ESPN's Sam Teig is adamant he would not be a guaranteed starter at Old Trafford, but could have more joy were he to sign for Arsenal. Well, if you spend £80, £90 or £100 million on a player like that, you do expect them to be a guaranteed starter, and so it does raise a question with regard to Manchester United. Obviously, the counterpoint to that is you need more than 3 good forwards. You need quality. You need options, especially if you're going to play. I mean, Man United played 40 games this season, and that's ridiculous. Next season they'll play 55, probably. Tide continued. So you need the options, and who are PSG pulling off the bench when they need to change things? They're bringing on a player that Liverpool would happily sign this summer for £60 million desired UA. That's the level of the squad, not just the first 11. In light of that, Tig is convinced that Rodgers could well be seen as a move to Arsenal appeal more, given a more obvious opening into their first team, where Leandro Trossard finished the season, and will likely get the nod to start Saturday's Champions League final. He added, "I think this is why Rodgers should go to Arsenal and play on the left wing, because I think the opening is there for the same reason that you think that Marcus Rashford should be looking at that move. I think he, Rodgers, looks like an Arteta player, and I think there is an opening on the left wing there for him." As Team Talk reported earlier this week, Arsenal have stepped up their interest in Rodgers, with the Gunners now positioning themselves firmly in the race for the player this summer. Villa boss Unai Emery is desperate to retain Rodgers and still views the 23-year-old as one of the centerpieces of his long-term project. However, Team Talk understands Villa's financial position if they could struggle to turn down a huge offer should bidding escalate in the coming weeks. Having previously explored a possible move for Anthony Gordon, we understand Arsenal are now ready to raise the stakes for Rodgers. The Premier League champions are understood to be huge admirers of Rodgers' versatility, athleticism, and ability to operate across multiple attacking and midfield roles. Internally, Arsenal increasingly view him as a potentially ideal solution to their long-standing issues down the left side of attack. And having discussed Nico Williams, Rafael Leao, Bradley Barcola, Yandy Omondi, as well as Gordon as options, the Gunners are now ready to prioritise the Villa star. Indeed, sources indicate Rodgers' name is now being pushed particularly strongly during internal recruitment discussions, and a very serious bid could soon be launched.